Come on, guys, let's go. Get on in. Come on down. Come on, gather around the fire. Gather around the fire. We're going to talk about relationships tonight. Oh, it's going to be good. You guys ready? No one's ever had a hard time with a relationship in the history of relationships. What's up? Ready to party, Rye Stock? Rye Stock? Yo, Eddie. Put this in comment mode so I can read these easier. You guys ready to party? Talk about relationships, huh? Yeah? You guys are ready. I know you're ready. You got your water, everybody? You got some water with you, just in case. You got to be hydrated, you know. Chapstick, that's important. Make sure your lips are moist. Moist. You love that word. Don't you? I know you do. Okay. Let's dig in, guys. Anybody ever had a relationship before? Like with another person? Maybe an intimate one? Maybe a platonic one? Maybe it made you feel certain ways? Anybody? I'm waiting on you guys. But first off, where are you guys checking in from? What's the weather like? Got kind of cold today in Encinitas. I was riding around with this thing on, flannel, a jacket, a little windbreaker, but it's probably like 65 degrees. You know, it was freaking freezing. Could have died. Florida's hot, all right. Ooh, it's getting to be all muggy season in Florida. Ugh. I can't deal with that. You're so ready. Got my lips all moist sitting here with my buddy Mark. Okay, Mark, step on in. We're gonna learn some stuff. What? Play my song, get me high. Okay, I don't know it. Sorry. We're gonna tell Mark some ways. Let's talk about relationships, guys and gals. Whoever's here. I'm obviously coming from a masculine pole in relationships. Maybe not. Obviously, you never know. Touch my camera through the fence. I don't know what you mean by that, but I'm here for it. Most impactful moment of my life. What's up, Kaylin? Most impactful moment. We're talking about relationships here. A single most impactful moment. I'd say probably having my firstborn child. I was thinking about that, right? We're talking about relationships. Don't get me started on random things like the chemical event that happens in a parent's body when their firstborn child is born, right? It's a learning event. Now we're talking about it. Great. I'm following you for that one, Brett. Bam, that was a good one. That made me laugh for real. Relationships are neat. I'm glad you love the videos on the present moment in this present moment. Random thoughts on lucid dreaming. God, Paul, can you calm the fuck down? We're trying to talk about relationships, guys. I don't know. What do you want to know about lucid dreaming? Or my thoughts on it? When I'm in my REM cycles of sleep, I just fall right into deep sleep. I'm in like the deepest of sleeps. And then I just wake up. So I almost never remember my dreams. So it's hard to go into a lucid state. But effectively what's happening is, I think dreams are just, when you're in a dream state, you're in a REM cycle of sleep, right? REM brainwaves. And that's when your thoughts are being sorted out. I can see it in sleep labs. So it's almost like your brain's going, okay, put this thought here and that thought there and that thought here, like filing it out so everything can be replaying from events that have happened. All of those feeling thoughts in your body, so it can come up like old patterns and things like that in dreams. But Lucid dreaming is when you have a little bit of control. You're a little bit conscious in how you perceive it as consciousness in that state. So you're like in a conscious awake state. You're aware. You're not a conscious awake, but you're aware that you are dreaming. So then you take control of your dreams. So I've heard. Holy moly, this live jumped to 30 views in a few seconds. Bam. Hit those like buttons. Smash that little heart button, guys. Smash. Oh yeah, just tap the screen like this. Double fingers. Make sure it's fast. You know, like bam, bam, bam. About to move 6 hours to a small town. Not sure how long it will be before I find myself in a relationship. What's up, Steven? Good to see you, man. So here's the thing with relationships, right? If you've never been in a relationship before, I mean, I'm assuming you guys have all been in a relationship. Well, let's just start from the beginning. When a man loves a woman, no, we're not going to go that far back. You start your core programming of relating, the relationship, based on your upbringing. Parents, caretakers, the influence that you had in your life to see how love was given and received. So that's your core programming. You understand the transaction of relationship love to look this way. And until you are conscious of a new way, maybe, to do it, that is the way that you will do. So however if you're a man and your father received love in a certain way or was given love in a certain way, or even was abused in a certain way. I see this a lot in my patients, therapy clients, and stuff like that. By their partner, then you will have kind of the wiring, the programming, the context, the feeling of it. Like even if you don't look for that actively, you sort of like, oh, that's what love is. Oh, that feels right to me. The concept of feeling something. And so you start off this relationship by filling that space that you, oh, I know what this is going to feel like. Right? So we just get in relationships based on our patterning. That's why we have types. Because you as this infinite energetic being could have any type you want, you know? You can change that through your thoughts, through your mindset and things. But we basically start with this core programming. There's a really cool book by Sue Johnson called Love Sense. If anybody's interested in the science of that, look that one up. Love Sense by Sue Johnson. Just hiked the Grand Canyon over Easter with my parents who ended our relationship in late... Oh, with your partner. I thought you said your parents. I was like, what? Oh, you just hiked the Grand Canyon over Easter with your partner who ended a relationship in late January. So you went back and hung out, which is cool. Version of what a man loves a woman is the best. Yeah, when a man loves a woman. What's up, Christian? Good to see you. The lovely Sarah's texting me. She knows I'm on live though, so she's just texting me things. So we always have this patterns of relationships until we learn a new way, maybe someone to show us a new type of love, or we discover a new type of feeling. We're just a slave to our conditioning, our patterns, the way that we know it should be. And it's maybe not a conceptual knowing, but a feeling. Just all of the things that you learned in your upbringing. So it's always good to take a look at your parents, you know, with a good quality critical eye, because parents are always doing their best. Even when it seems like they're dicks, which some of them really are. They're always doing their best at the level that they know how to do it. So don't ever judge them. They're always growing up with you. Just, if they're still a shit show and they won't get conscious with their bullshit, then feel free to that's not part of my game, you know. You're out of here. But don't judge them for who they are in the moment, because that's just who they were. Oh, Sarah's sending me some... Oh, that's what she's doing. She's sending me reviews for the website. I'm going to mute my... Lovely Sarah, but she's just... How do you stop thoughts? Yeah, well, you can't stop thoughts. Thoughts are feelings. And in, relationships, right? You have these feelings. of, oh, this is what a relationship is supposed to feel like. That feeling is your concept of what a relationship is supposed to be. And you learn that feeling somewhere. So then, when you get in a new relationship, maybe if you've been in a few relationships, you get into a new relationship and you learn from the pain of the old one, I don't want that anymore. I want this quality and this quality. And you learn a new concept of feeling. Maybe it's the inverse of the pain that you experienced. But you learn a new way, I want to feel this. And so then that becomes your list. That becomes the thoughts. I want this in a partner. Ooh, polar bear the deadlifts versus gorilla that kickboxes. Gorilla. Any day. You'll knock that fucker out. I mean, they got long arms. You got to think of the reach here. Just whacking the little polar bear head. I meditate all the time. Love it. What's up? Get in here. We're going to talk about relationships. We've been talking about some relationships. All right, relationship questions. Let's do that before I just blow it out into some metaphysical thing that means nothing to our actual living. Hit me with your questions. Feel. Yes. Everything is a feeling. Everything. You got over it? For real? It cleared out? That's awesome, dude. Yes. If you don't mind me sharing a little bit, you're talking about it. This is one of my clients who came in for emotional alchemy, and he's a pilot and just would get locked up with anxiety, even though he knew, this is stupid. I know the structural integrity of this plane, things like that. I'm going to do a barrel roll, or whatever, do some cool tricks, and would get locked up. And so we traced back, using emotional alchemy, into kind of these meta feelings of why you would feel that way. And when we unpacked that, it helps you to learn a new way to feel. And voila, we're over the fear of flying, which is fucking cool. Let's go fly. Come down here. I'll buy gas. Okay, how do I get the respect back from her? Oof. Is this in a current relationship? Oh, hold on. When do you know when you should stop trying? Yeah, that's a real world one right there. Kind of studies show that when someone kind of clocks out of the relationship, if somebody is not willing to try, it's over. It's done. Because it takes two to do the love reciprocation thing. It takes two to have a relationship. So if one of them is like, no, I'm done, then there's nothing you can do. And then at that moment, you go ahead and say, here I am in my moment. I'm going to take the experience of this relationship and I'm going to learn what I need to learn from it to adjust my way of being, my energy, my feelings, how I do. You don't point the finger out at anybody else. You use that pain in that situation to learn, to teach yourself. Learn things about yourself. So, what's the original question? Not the respect one. Oh yeah, when you know when you should stop trying. So if somebody is not reciprocating, they're probably just too afraid to say, hey, it's over. I'm not into this anymore. Or they have some sort of egoic validation of, I need to have a partnership to be okay, or something like that. And both of those are not healthy. So, Now, how do you get the respect back from her? That's similar. If they're checked out, not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And the only way we can get respect is by being that. Okay? So this gets a little tricky because you get some different levels of, narcissism or something like that, or somebody who's just into themselves and not aware that there are other people involved in, a relationship. So you be the thing that you desire to be in every moment. Be the thing that demands respect. Be respect. And then if she doesn't acknowledge that, and she's not capable of acknowledging that, or not capable of acknowledging that here you are in a new moment, being exactly who you are, using the things from the past as a learning platform for right here, right now, then you've highly likely surpassed her emotional intelligence. You've moved past a space that she's able to comprehend. So she's not capable of respecting you at that level. Just can't express my gratitude for this man's capability and knowledge. Dude, let's go fly. Palomar Airport's right up here. I could ride the e-bike up there. Man, that's so cool. Ooh, I love it. Current relationship, 1 year. Okay. Yep. So there's some interesting things. Okay, here's some comments before I just rant on something. It's true because I'm a man, I need to be more than a woman in a relationship. No. Great question. Let's talk about this in feminine and masculine polarities. Literally just before, this is why I'm doing a relationship one, the lovely Sarah and I were working out some feelings, some relationship dynamics between us. She's like, I feel like it's this way. Now we're both at an extremely high level of emotional, like extreme emotional accountability for ourselves. Like we take, this is my emotion, I'm not going to put this on you, and I'm feeling this thing. Something in our relationship has triggered a feeling within me. And Sarah is, I have to encourage her to let her emotions out more. I say, hey, let me hold those emotions for you. Let me hear all of those things. So it's a masculine and feminine pole thing, which creates the dynamic of a relationship. It creates the polarity of the relationship. And it's not just penis and vagina energy. You can have a masculine and a feminine pole. This is a yin and yang thing. This is a darkness and light. This is a hot, cold thing. This is something to create polarity. It does not mean like this is a penis and this is a vagina as the masculine pole and feminine pole. You can have a masculine and feminine pole, or you should have a masculine and feminine pole if you want a relationship with a little bit of spice in it, in any partnership. And it doesn't have to be solely all masculine in this pole and all feminine. Like Sarah holds a lot of masculine elements for our relationship, where she helps manage a schedule and she does things like that. When I'm in that arena, allow myself to think freely and be out in space, and so I don't have to worry about like, when's my next appointment. I just look at my app because I know Sarah's got it covered. And then in other arenas of a relationship, we flip polarities, but we always maintain some strong polarities. So there's a lot of like spicy sex, it's great. It's good stuff. But in that masculine feminine polarity, think of it as tango dancers, where the male in the tango dance, or the masculine pole of the tango dance, is this almost rigid. Now he's still moving with the dance. He is still flowing around, but he's like a rigid, like kind of thing like that. And when he bravely puts his arm out for her to fall into, then she falls into it. And it's very beautiful, red Floyd dresses and everything. Like it's a whole shebang. People watch it, they love it because it's beautiful. Because you see that polarity between the two of them moving together. And without his strength, she would never be able to create the beautiful motion of falling back with the leg kicked up in the air and the skirt flying everywhere. All of the beauty of it, all of the show of it. So it's very much the same way in the emotional arena, with a masculine emotional bodied and a feminine emotional bodied. Where the more you can hold strong and not bend as the masculine pole, and allow that feminine flow of energy, emotions to come through, the faster they ground into it. We were actually just joking with Sarah about it in our conversation, where I was like, babe, you're just shining the pole. Nobody likes a rusty old pole. We're making all sorts of pole dancing cracks and things like that. And because it's almost like when that masculine pole is, think of it as a pole dancer, is that masculine pole holds strong. And then the feminine dancer can move around it and flow in these beautiful motions. Not only is that pole required to have that, but it keeps that pole shiny. Kind of like keeps it a little frosty, you know? Doesn't keep it on his toes, but it's like keeps it gleaming. Otherwise, it's just a crusty old pole. Nobody wants that, you know? So there's a dynamic in relationships where if you're holding the masculine pole in emotions, to just allow for those emotions to come through. Just be like, all right, let me have it. Tell me about it. Like, how does that make you feel? Like, bring it on out. Because as soon as all those emotions move through, what is an emotion but an energy in motion? And then it goes, ah, and then all of a sudden, the energy moves through, and oh, I feel better. And it's like, oh my God, thank you so much for, oh, thank you. And then it's like this closer intimacy and closer connection in the relationship. And you've learned a new level of love. So it's always a good thing. If you can hold it, you know. And that doesn't mean you get pushed over by it. You got to hold strong in it. Say, no, I understand that it would feel that way. Like, tell me why it makes you feel that way. Not, oh, I'm sorry, babe. I didn't mean to make you feel that way. No. Like, we are in charge of our own damn emotions. You're in charge of your emotions because those are your feelings in your body generated through your concept of the way things should be, and I am in charge of my emotions. Now, you don't got to be all rude about it, but hold strong in who you are as a person. By holding strong in your knowing, not being, no, I didn't do that, babe. That's not somebody. Like, none of that. So that's not how I feel about this at all. Like, tell me about how you're feeling. Let all those emotions swirl around, and then the more they open, the faster they move through, and then the faster you're out of it, and the more you're having great sex, you know? Okay, how can I learn not to feel like I have to be liked by everyone? Ooh, that's a great one. Do a little practice of self-love. Look in the mirror and be like, I fucking love you, everything about you. And then you'll be like, well, I don't love this thing. Good. There's your work to do. Whatever that little thing, that feeling that came up, is the thing that you're trying to like cover by other people liking you. So go out, go get real with yourself and your own emotions. You know, tell you, you're absolutely perfect. You're amazing and I love you. Everybody loves you. No, they don't because of this. You'll feel it in your body. And that feeling is connected to a concept in your mind. So as soon as you feel down into that feeling, the concept can open up. And then you'll realize, oh, I see this pattern. You might go back to your family of origin, your parents. Oh yeah, that's how my mom felt. Well, that's how my dad felt. I can see that. And then you can reprogram into your current reality. I almost have 1 million likes. Nice. Getting close, guys. Wait, not on this live. I was like, on this live? No. You guys need to tap faster if we're going to get 1 million likes. What do I think about breaks, like on a car, or breakups? Met a dude, a fellow Astro nerd, and Caitlin, and is it exhibiting healthy communication, Caitlin? Ooh, I'm so excited. Okay, Caitlin. When all those, you know the rules, girl. When all those feelings come up of that Caitlin is not perfect, don't buy in. Let them pass through. Let them pass on through. And let them pass on through. Because any feelings of yourself of not being perfect is going to be a judgment of him, or if he's like, oh, I dig you. And you're like, you can't dig me because of this. You're like energetically pushing him away, and then he feels that. Like, why would you push me away? And then it triggers his shit. Ooh. And then everybody's like, ooh. And then all of a sudden, ooh. You get the idea. Hold strong. Okay. Oh, shit balls. There's a lot of comments here. We got this, guys. We got this. In a if the relationship is over and you have young kids, what then? Ooh, I have kids. I had young kids when my marriage was over. What then as far as moving on in partnerships? You just do whatever you want. It's always going to work out. Make sure you're learning your lessons. Make sure you're aware of patterns that you are doing. Make sure you're aware that that next relationship you get in, You are reading the context of relationship through the lens of your last relationship, which broke. And now you have wounds that will be poked. And so when you feel a certain way, just like I'm telling Caitlin here, don't close. She's like, oh, why would I feel that way? And just stand strong in that. Okay, I get it. Of course I'm feeling that way, but that's not this person. Because you've had your nervous system conditioned to feel a certain way in relationships. And if you want a good, clean relationship on the next one, you got to uncondition that nervous system. It's also part of relationships, so it's just sort of a natural process if you both stay open. As soon as you close, then you're fucked. You got to stay open. With young kids, obviously you have some karmic commitments there. I think it's healthy for a child to see their parent in a relationship. It's healthy to see their parents going through things because they're going to go through things. So do whatever you need to do for you to take care of you and your heart. And then your children will learn how to take care of their heart by seeing you take care of your heart. And it doesn't matter how you do it. If you're taking care of your heart, they're going to learn from that, you know? I had deja vu with a girl the other day. I accepted love. What's your thoughts? I had deja vu with a girl the day I accepted love. What's your thoughts on that? Glitch in the Matrix, obviously. Obviously a glitch. They changed something. I don't know. The day you accepted love. That's a great question. I have no thoughts on it. Normally I have thoughts on things, you know? That's why we're here, right? Daniel, to think about shit? Damn it. I'm out of thoughts, guys. I mean, we could go way into the mathematical probabilities and possibilities of anythingness and how deja vu would work, but it's going to get way outside of relationships. You're probably just having feelings. Just roll with it. You'll be fine. I believe I'm beyond her emotional intelligence for sure. Yeah, then don't hang out. Learn what you got to fucking learn. Move, you know? Steven, glad you got that one. Wow, that's what I'm always asking for her. Show me any emotions. She's so... Okay. So do not limit her in her development by continuing to enable her to be that. If it does not serve you and your heart, move, and she'll go, oh my God, and now that's painful. But without that open neuroplasticity of the pain event, you can't learn a new way to be. And it's totally up to her to decide who she will be as a person. You have no responsibility to that. Her emotions are her own. Your emotions are your own. Love this analogy. I see. That's brilliant. Which one? Was it the pole dancing one? I don't know. I feel like you're telling us to keep it spicy. Yeah, keep it spicy. Let it be spicy, right? Because if it's not spicy, it gets real fucking boring. And then it's just like masturbation with more work, you know? Have you read the book, The Courage to be Disliked? If so, thoughts? Man, I want to read that. I have plenty of courage to be disliked, so probably something I'd like. Hey guys, hello. How do do you do couples help or group work? Yes, I actually would love to do. We've done some couples sessions before with Emotional Alchemy. Sarah and I could do it. We've talked about, we need to do some like intimacy workshops and emotional processing workshops and stuff like that for people, because we're both fucking good at it. We both came from painful relationships with very narcissistic partners that were very damaging to our psyches, and we both healed ourselves from that like absolute consummate badasses, and came together in this space, and we're like, damn, we're good at this. We're really good at this. Like, we'll process anything together, like confidently, like with no fear. Even when there's fear there, we'll like observe it and be like, I'm having these emotions, and talk about it and let it, oh, it's great. You know the rules, but you got to practice. So yeah, hit us up for, happy to do couples work with people. Do a emotional alchemy call or a coaching call, like with a couple. If it was Sarah and I together, it would be a different price. We could figure it out. just because it's taken two people's hours to do the work. But would love to do couples work with people. I think that'd be fantastic. Also, when you do emotional alchemy, if you're just catching up and you've never seen me talking about stuff before, I do emotional alchemy, which is a modality of feeling in deeply into your meta emotions and why you felt that way about yourself, which gets you into all of your patterns of life. And then when you can unpack that stuff, you're free. So that's the work I do. If you can do that work in the presence of your partner, with that level of intimacy, it will do nothing but increase the intimacy in your relationship. It will do nothing but make for a more beautiful relationship. So if you want to do a couples session, I'd love it. I think it'd be great. You're cool, man. Stay chill and mellow, my bro. I will. There is, yeah. Uh-oh. You think Scorpio women are naturally closed? They can be. My ex is a Scorpio. Had relationships with a couple of Scorpio women. I enjoy Scorpio energy as a Pisces. They can be very closed, but they're real soft on the inside. It's kind of some of the magic about the Scorpio, you know? Everybody's got their different vibes. I have a poor relationship with my dad. I feel like I missed key instructions on life. Any tips? Jack, follow along for all the tips. That's one of the things I want to do is do like a workshop for dudes. I think that would be great. Have a bunch of internet sons out there swinging hammers and stuff. We just talk about life. I think that'd be great. But I don't know, tips. Follow your heart, man. Like, follow your heart. What feels right to you. Don't believe all the bullshit. Do the thing bravely that feels right to you. You'll never work a day in your life. You'll just be. Got plenty of other dude tips if you want. All right. Here's good Scorpio energy. I feel like I overshare and too much. I'm a Scorpio. You don't overshare. You don't overshare, sister. You just don't have a dude that can hold the masculine pole. He's scared of that energy. You'll find it. True Bodhisattva, sir. Also would be willing to share your favorite brand of mustache wax. Absolutely. Stay right here, everybody. Just stay right the fuck there. Don't you move. Talk amongst yourselves. Now, there are many mustache waxes to be had. Many of them, everybody. For instance, I bought this stuff, Badger mustache wax. It's impossible to get out. You have a chisel, and it does nothing for your mustache. But Sarah and I came up with a bunch of jokes about jacking off the Badger, because we're like, what is this, Badger semen? And then whenever you're waxing the mustache, it's called jacking off the Badger. Because that's the only way to get this mustache wax. This stuff sucks. Literally. It's like rubbing a rock on your mustache. Even with a hairdryer, it doesn't, like, it's not good. Don't do that one. I also bought this one on Amazon. Mountaineer brand. Stash stick. It smells like a pine tree. It's like a chapstick for your mustache. Look at this. Push it out, and then you just rub it on your mustache. It doesn't, I don't even want to do it, because then it's just going to get crusty, because this stuff doesn't have, like, hold. It just sort of puts wax in your mustache. It doesn't actually do anything for your mustache, you know? Now, kids, follow along. I know this might not look like the most beautiful mustache wax you've ever seen. Firehouse mustache wax? But I bought a can of this shit, oh gosh, it was like 15 years ago. Before I had a mustache, I just had a beard, but I was doing a little twirly mustache for a while. Got a good mustache comb, too. That's important. All crusty. I had one can of this, I swear to God, for like 20 years, and I just bought a new can. I'm only that far into it. Like, this is the tacky one. And you just a little bit, helps if you got a little hairdryer or a heater or something to heat it up. And once that just melts in there, if you want to do the full twirl and curl thing, like, go for it. But just a little bit in there keeps all the unrulies out of your nose and stuff. Keeps them out of your lattes. Firehouse Mustache Wax. You heard it here, kids. That is my brand of choice after trying a few different brands. Now you know. That's what all the bodhisattvas use. Yes, but the moment can do something. You're close. Okay. Good to see you. Always bright and sound. Oh, shit. Where'd it go? Of course, we're Pisces. Aries, cusp on Pisces. Yeah. Scorpio and tend to reject most generalizations, but we have soft hearts. Yeah. Reject those generalizations of anything, because you're not just a Scorpio. That's just your sun sign. You got like 12 houses. You got an ascendant. You got a north node. You got all this other shit. It's all these different energies, right? Don't be locked into anything. Scorpios just have this general, like, I have Pisces energy. I'm just like kind of swimming around in the ocean, just like thinking about shit, flowing with it. It's very much my energy. But I have a Scorpio ascendant, which is what I do. When you guys see me on live, that's very much Scorpio energy. It's like frontman energy. Like, hey kids, like, you get the idea? I don't have to keep doing the finger guns. You guys get it? And that's just sort of part of the energies of me. And then when I'm in my therapy calls and things like that, and I'm holding space for some emotions, I'm tapped in on my Taurus energy, which is my moon, which is like my emotional processing. And it's this very solid, grounded, like, I'm here for you, like, whatever you need, nothing will affect me, like this big-ass bull. So I just shift around as needed. You know, normally I'm like kind of always in like a little flowy Pisces state. But don't be like locked into any modality. I think it's just trying to, like, anytime you're trying to explain the infinitesimalness, that's a word, of you as this electromagnetic being that has an atomic possibility of literally being anything. Like, you're kind of fucked if you put it in a box, you know, and you don't get to do all this stuff. Okay, but that's the thing. I've got no clue what to commit to. I have so many things going on. Oh, well, ask yourself why you gotta be busying yourself with so many things. You might get to the bottom of it. It ain't how you hold it, it's how you swing it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing with Scorpios, like, just because you're a Scorpio doesn't mean, like, there's definitely like you're going to get stung energy with Scorpios, which is great, you know? They're in like a real balanced energy space. Oh man, it's like, they're the best to have on your side, you know? There's some shit going down, like, you definitely want your Scorpio friends there. That will get that stinger out and just be like, motherfucker, you know, just jack people up. You don't have to do anything, you know, to leave it to them, leave it to the Scorpios. But that's just one of the elements of that energy, not the whole thing, you know. So sometimes people are like, I'm a Scorpio, I get to be a bitch, you know. And it's like, no, there's like harmony. Find the harmony. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've tried. Look, I'm not gonna mix the badger crumb up with some cream for viscosity, all right? Yeah, badger wax sucks. Jacking off the badger. Ugh, I'm moving, gotta be productive. Good night. Good night to you. Have you had an ego death? Oh my gosh. Just hitting the big ones tonight. I see the ego as your life experience. I observe my ego. I observe all my feelings and of all my thoughts, and I just watch them go by. I definitely had probably what you perceive of as an ego death, as my life was destroyed and had all of my things that I thought were the way they should be, my business and my marriage and all of my friends and house and vehicle and everything get wiped out in like one fell swoop. Now it's transformative. But here I am. How do you deal with breakups? All right. Now we're back. Relationship. I mean, they suck. Let's be honest. Nobody likes to break up. But you're breaking up for a reason. Because it wasn't aligned. Because it sucked. So, to deal with it, or to maybe make the most of it, would be to learn the lessons from the pain. While you're in the midst of that pain, you have open neuroplasticity. That's an actual injection of cortisol in your body. Opens up neuroplasticity, the learning event. New neuron bonding. So that's when you can kind of undo your conditioning a little bit. If you don't point the finger and be like, you, be like, what did I do here? Now, if you've been gaslit a whole bunch by a narcissist, then it's kind of a shit show, because you got that to uncondition too. But ultimately, it's like, well, why would I not be perfection? Why would I need this to fulfill me? You can come into a greater sense of being. Yeah, don't be afraid to feel the pain. Yeah. Breakups suck, though, you know. But if it's breaking up, don't hold on. Let it be broken. Do a little fucking ceremony or something. Like, light a candle. Do some witchcraft. Be like, I am releasing this energetically. I am releasing these attachments of feeling to this person, thinking they completed me in some way. I am filling all of those voids that it feels like they left with myself and love for myself. Because ultimately, if you're in a partnership, a relationship, and you're demanding that somebody else fill you, it is a judgment of them. Hear me out. Whenever we say, you must be different to serve me, you must be different in some capacity to make me feel okay, breakups can also be an ego death, for sure, an element of it. To say that you have to serve me in a certain way for me to be okay is saying that they have to be different. And ultimately that is a judgment of the person that they are. So why are you in a relationship in the first place if you don't love them? Because love is nothing but a give or a receive in gratitude. Thank you for that gift. Or I love you. I offer myself to you. Anything else is a judgment. Anything other than an offer or a receipt in gratitude, say thank you for the love that you give me, I appreciate you so much, is truly a judgment on the other person. And when you have that judgment on the other person saying you have to be different, it pushes them away because they feel that. They feel you judging them. Freshly broken up and have concluded that you want to give deeply. Yeah. When you're in a balanced space of relational energy with anybody, you're the most fulfilling thing is the give. It's like the thing that brings you the most joy. If it's a take, I need you to do this, it's something in you that needs filling first. Otherwise you're judging and pushing them away. But the give is where it's at. That's where all the happiness comes from. What if they're pretending, dropping breadcrumbs to invite a sacrifice? Then that sounds a little bit manipulative. Depends on your conditioning too. Like if that's how it was modeled to you and you have that concept that they're breadcrumbing, maybe they're not. You know? So this is where it's important to know yourself. Like, know thyself. This is who I am as a person. This is who I will be in a space of clear, in the moment, contented, happiness, joy, love, whatever. No need. Which is ultimately the space of life you want to kind of go towards, because then it's non-demanding that anything be, and then that's the ego death, just being. So you can be perceiving them to do that based on your conditioning of the breadcrumbing thing, pretending, or they may actually be doing that. So that's when you come back to a space of being and saying, this is who I am as a person. Are you that as a person? Does your energy reciprocate my energy? And if they're not, why are you in the relationship? What if their behavior is toxic and that's why you're wanting them to be different? Well, why are you in the relationship? You gotta ask yourself that. If it's toxic, what? It's not like you know, you go to the grocery store and you're like, where's the toxic section? I'm gonna eat that. Like, you gotta ask yourself, why would I do that? Hey man, I appreciate you. Thanks for all your words. Good stuff. You're welcome. Oh, well, somebody said, what do you think about tripping? And somebody else wants to know how you can overcome HPPD. Well, and that's hallucinogenic persistent perception disorder, something like that. You're having hallucinations, you're having flashbacks. Whenever you trip, you open it breaks your ego down, your concepts of the way things should be. And it opens you to all of the possibilities that are and are all about at all times. Like, for instance, there's radio waves all around you, like blasting through you all the time. There's air molecules all around you. You're breathing them in. You're not aware of them because you can't see them with your simple senses. You cannot feel them with your simple senses. You can kind of feel the air. If you go like that with your hand, like an idiot, you'll actually feel an event of wind, or what you think is wind, what feels like what you know of as wind. You're actually feeling all those air molecules on you, that you cannot perceive them because your optical sensors don't pick them up, but you can feel them with a sense. So when you hallucinate or when you trip, you open yourself up to the greater energetic spectrum. That's what all of those little hallucinations are, all the colors and things like that. You're kind of seeing energy. You know, you're aware, oh, here's more stuff going on than just my own little head, my own little perception. And that's why they kind of expand your mind and open that. So if you have like hallucinogenic perception disorder, that's just a label saying, oh, you see things a little differently now. You opened yourself up to a new way of being, a new way of seeing, a new way of sensing everything around you. Just like the mantis shrimp can see more colors than you in an entirely different spectrum. You now sense things a little bit differently. Yeah, everything you're seeing is already there and you're just not aware of it. So you are now open to a larger spectrum of energies and seeing things. So you just flow with it, get used to it. It's always been there. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just perceiving things a little differently, and you haven't surrendered to the fact that you're perceiving things a little differently. Because it's not for anybody that's maybe has no idea what we're talking about with hallucinating and the psychedelics and things like that. It's not just some colors. It's like your senses get crossed. Like you could smell a color. You can see an energy. You can taste the rainbow, proverbially speaking, you know? So it's like your senses get a little bit mixed up of what you perceived of as real, but that's literally the ego death. All of your senses are your lens of understanding of how things are based on your concepts, which create feelings within you. So trips just mess all that up. Who am I? Oh, there's a much bigger thing than just my simple senses, my concept of the way things should be. And so if you just surrender to it and live your life, there you are. Nothing wrong with you. It's just somebody always wants to make a definition for something and then you get locked. Oh, I have this disorder. And it's like, it's not a disorder. It's just a different way of being. Daniel, I would love to buy you dinner and have a talk about life. I've learned so much. Thank you. Thank you, Jack. Appreciate that. Where do you live? You can buy me dinner. Nice fish dinner. I'm going to follow you. You were in a fruit with friends. I like that comment. If you guys really appreciate the stuff and you want to support like what I'm doing in the videos and lives and stuff, you can totally do the old buy me a coffee link on the website, or that's on my, you can go to it right now in my Daniel Tyack little profile thing. There's a little link tree there. And people give every now and then. Always makes me smile. Doesn't pay the bills, but I'm always like, aw, someone bought me a coffee, or someone sent me $20. Sometimes people send like $50 every now and then. I'm like, I appreciate that. So I put it there just in case anybody wants to like throw a little love back. Salvia one time, worst experience ever. What does salvia do? Everything just changes your neuroreception to give you a different state of feeling, you know, a different state of being, an altered state of consciousness. And what is your consciousness? But your perception on the way things are, through your simple senses and through your contextual understanding of the world. But you have all those dream states. We were talking about dreams a little earlier, which is still within your consciousness. You just perceive it differently because you're not in the same conscious state. So everything, any kind of chemicals just changes your neuroreceptivity to make you feel a different way. Any advice on how to deal with a breakup? Was with him for 5 years. I'm having a hard time. Oh, yeah. Oofa. 5 years is a lot of energetic entanglement. Oh, it was a hallucinogenic they sold at head shops for a while? Yeah, don't fuck with that stuff. Yeah, just don't. I mean, I might be like, oh, I'll try that, see what that does, but so many times when people do hallucinogens as like a party drug, it's like really opens you up to everything else. And so if you're in some bad energy, it's like, it can be a real shit show. It can trigger all the stuff in you, your wounds and things like that. It really gets you triggered up into a different space, and then you can have all sorts of psychotic breaks and things like that, going out into massive anxiety into the future and things. Having Huntington's, and it gave me clarity. Oh. Awesome. I'm glad. Glad we're all here. Okay, 5-year breakup. Do not be distracted by the beautiful comments. 5-year breakup, getting over that. That's a tough one. Your entire energetic system, the way you feel, is enmeshed. So you're having an ego death of sorts. Your perception of the way things should be. It hurts. It's painful. So use that pain, all the spaces that hurt, all of the emotions that hurt, and ask yourself, why am I not filling this space with myself, with my own contentment? Why did I need another to fill this space? Because ultimately, the demand that somebody fill all of those spaces of feeling is the thing that separates, because it's a judgment. So fill yourself in beingness and contentment with life. In those painful spaces, not only will you recover from the breakup by healing your emotions, but you will be a new person, a full and complete person. So then the next partnership you're in, there is no judgment that you need to fill this space within me. Use the pain. Pain is a teacher. Suffering is a choice. Pain is nothing but an experience. Just like happiness. It's just an experience. Don't take it so seriously. I've been playing guitar since like 1993 or 4 or something like that. However many years that is. I know a lot of you on here were like, 19, fuck, I was born in like 2004. Hello! Hello, definitely Tris. Do you know how to play piano? I was not classically trained to rock, but I can bang out some things on a piano every now and then. I understand how the keys and like the scale of it works, and can figure out some chords and play cute little things. But I don't have all the muscle memory needed to play beautiful things. I can play a little piano. Most instruments I can pick up and figure out how to play them, just from having played for so long. Forgot how to play piano. I would love to relearn it. Yeah. Ooh, what am I drinking? This hibiscus tea from the Republic of Tea. I love it. This one. See it? Right there. It's so good, you guys. Seriously, the Republic of Tea. Dear the Republic of Tea, and anybody that knows them, tell them to send me some tea, because I drink a shit ton of it, and I'll advertise it for them, because I'll totally sell out. Oh, speaking of selling out, 2 nights in a row, this company sent me some CBD stuff, which I'm excited to go skate and hurt myself so I can use this CBD cream and see what it does. They sent me some gummies, which were delicious, and then the lovely Sarah stole them, which I was like, take these, babe. Take these and sleep at night. And she was like, I will. But Aries Essentials, I like their products. I tried those CBD gummies, and I was like, this is nice. Like, my body just felt very calm. Everything was just very calm, and I was just like, oh. It's like, man, pop a couple of those in a night, maybe just one. I did 2. It was like 1,000 milligrams, and I was feeling it. But it takes a lot to get me to feel something better than I already feel, so use your own discretion. But they make some nice products. Look at this cute little branding and stuff. Like, good quality stuff. Smells real nice. CBD cream for all your aches and shit like that. It does smell nice. It's very mellow. I like that. It's like kind of unscented, just real mellow smell. But if you go to find Aries Essentials, they probably have a website or something. They just sent it to me through Instagram. And use the coupon code Daniel20 at checkout. Daniel20. You'll get 20% off, I think. That's the only selling out I'm going to do. I just thought it was nice that they sent me some nice products. But really, I just want that tea. Oh, tea's so good. Hibiscus is freaking awesome. Especially yes, see? You know what's up. The Tea Republic, man. They make some good teas. Sometimes you look at that can of it and you're like, damn, that's expensive. But then you look at how many tea bags are in there and you're like, oh, there's like 36 of them in there and everybody else is doing 20. So I'm going to pay for this. Ask them if you can sponsor them. Yeah. I should. I'll write them a little letter. I never had a, yes, practice that self-love and boundaries. Before the lucid dream, I'm going to talk to that. That breakup thing. Use that to heal yourself. Use all that pain. Like, get in the pain. Like, let yourself feel those feelings. Because that is a doorway to the spaces that you need to heal within yourself. It's the portal of pain, baby. Also, keep in mind that when you're in pain, emotional pain like that, that physical sensation that you have, that cramp in your gut, I can't eat anything, or I'm just going to drink this away because I can't deal. That's an injection of cortisol. It's an adrenaline, different hormones and things from your endocrine system. But that actual physical sensation, the hormones hitting that energy center. So that's the pain portal. That cortisol floods your entire system when it hits, and it opens neuroplasticity. So it opens your learning ability. It allows you to learn new things. So use the pain when you're in the pain to learn something new about yourself. I've not had a lucid dream. I wish I could talk about it, but I just sleep so well. I haven't tracked it for a couple years on a Fitbit. It just got boring. It was like, 30 seconds, and then I'm in like deep sleep, and then I'm in deep sleep, and then I go up into some other cycle, and I'm in REM for a second, then I'm in deep sleep. I just sleep really well, so I never get into the lucid dream state. I just sleep, It's a gift. I can also take a nap just about anywhere. I mean, I could honestly lay down on a city sidewalk with people walking around and be like, I'm gonna set a timer and sleep for 10 minutes, and I would fall asleep. And then I would wake up. It's ridiculous. Like, for real. Like, imagine, like, I'm just gonna lay down on the sidewalk here. I could put myself in a mental state of like, no, I'm good. I'm just gonna sleep and let my body sleep. In my old shop, we made a bunch of bougie, like, guitar equipment, amps and pedal boards and things like that for the guitar companies. Real fancy shit. It was a wood shop, you know? It'd be like the planer running, like super loud, all the saws running, all my guys were down there working, and I had a little loft office up there. And I had a nap pillow in a plastic box so it wouldn't get sawdust all over it. And I would get my nap pillow out of the plastic box and I would crawl under my desk, set a timer for 11 minutes because I figured I wanted a 10-minute nap and it would take me about a minute to fall asleep. Those guys would be running tools. It didn't matter. I'd just fall asleep. Then the timer would wake me up and I'd be like, I'm ready to party. You know? A little power nap. I think it runs in the family. There's definitely pictures of my dad taking naps, like in office environments, like lights full on. Everybody's like standing around having coffee, and there's my dad in a chair just like sleeping. All right, what else you guys want to know about relationship? You guys want to have some dude talk? Are there any dudes here? Should we talk about dudes and how to do relationships better? Not like a little pansy. Anybody want to have some dude talk? Check in. Let's talk about those masculine and feminine polarities. We can have a bilateral talk here. We can talk about feminine and masculine energy. So when you take out the designators of penis and vagina, right, then you are left with relationship. But there's also an energy of those relationships, of this masculine polarity and this feminine polarity. And anytime you want to have a little bit of spice in there and some fun, some like actual energy created between the two, you have to separate the poles a little bit. You got to pull it apart so there's a little bit more room to breathe in there. Because if everybody's doing the same thing, it's just boring as shit, you know? So think of that masculine polarity as a rigid in a good way. Think of the feminine polarity as flow in a beautiful way, of movement, of creation. Think of it as a wave. It's like beautiful, chaotic, powerful thing. Because feminine energy there's a reason the patriarchy exists. Like, it's some scary shit, man. You bring that feminine energy out and the dude brain just turns off, you know, all blood runs straight to the dick and your brain's off. The complete control over you, right? Touch your neck a little bit, and you're just like, ugh, like whisper something in your ear. Sarah tortures me sometimes. I'm like, babe, stop! I'm trying to fucking think about something right now. She just messes with me. I'll drink some water. So anytime you get some good polarity going on there, you have to have both ends of the spectrum. And like the lovely Sarah can't do her thing and be that lovely movement of feminine energy, of creative, beautiful flow without me like, all right, here's where we're at. And so what that can look like is, yeah, take a minute to drink some water, guys. What that can look like is, and it gets so mixed up in the patriarchy too, because there's some real dickish vibes about it, but understand the spirit of it. That, like, taking control, like, this is where we're moving right now. So the feminine energy can be in that beauty and the fun of it and just like mindlessly enjoying it, just in flow, feeling it. And then the masculine pole, like, checking the watch. Okay, we got to make sure we're on time somewhere to dinner or whatever it is. Or in the relationship at home, you know, making sure that shit's taken care of so feminine energy can move about in safety. It's like a safe container emotionally that you set up, physically that you set up. And then that feminine energy has a space to move around. And when that feminine energy moves around, that's when there's also the beauty of it. And there's always a balance to both sides of it. In the masculine side, it's like, don't be a dick. Like you can definitely be a dick in that holding strong in the relationship, and that kind of rigid energy. And in the feminine, it can be very chaotic, and the emotions coming out. And so to allow for those moments, knowing it's just part of it, but to balance yourself within your own pole, and it creates beautiful textures. It creates like that sparkle of relationships that everybody wants, Hello. And what is my favorite song of all time? Weezer, Only in Dreams. Blue Album, last song of the album. You gotta listen to it, the whole thing real loud. It's great. Oh, it starts with the same bass. It like the way it builds and crescendos and comes back down. It's like this perfect little peak. Actually, it's like more like this, but you get the idea. But even like if you looped it, like the bass line would just the way it builds in and cuts out and the whole thing. Blue Album is the best. It's so good. Guys, I need more tea. Let me turn that hot water on. What's your favorite song of all time? Huh? What is, I get all the questions. Jeez. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk about how awesome the Blue Album is. Pinkerton was good too. Totally underrated. The other shit they did in like the early 2000s, not so great, but some of it was fun. They honestly never recovered after Pinkerton. But life is a thing. Can I just recommend, real quick, some tea for those that appreciate the finer things in life? What's up, Chris? Whoopsh. Hibiscus. The Tea Republic. Now, I know it's kind of pink and has a hibiscus flower on it, but man, this stuff is like the second coming of Christ on your tongue. And when you put it that way, it seems a little bit weird, but God, this stuff's delicious. 36 tea bags in one little can. Heart healthy, caffeine free, Nigerian blossoms. These aren't just any blossoms. These are Nigerian blossoms. That's how you know it's good. Let's see if there's a marketing blip. Purely hibiscus, ruby red. God, I love these marketing blips so much. Oh, Bonifer, yeah. Upside down, all right, okay. Your insight is so soothing. I don't know that song. This Be Liz. I don't know that song at all. But I got you. They sell it, probably, they're just mostly like probably hippie grocery stores and stuff. Sprouts and things like that sell them. I'm sure you can just buy them online. Ruby red Nigerian hibiscus blossoms shine in this juicy herbal blend. Hibiscus delivers hints of berry and bright citrus flavors. That's true, truly. It's really true. This bold tropical infusion is pure refreshment, either served hot or over ice. As much as I wanted to make fun of that, it's true. All of this is really true. I mean, it's juicy as shit. It is a herbal blend. This hibiscus does deliver hints of berry and bright citrus flavors. I mean, it's fucking delicious. I could drink this stuff all day. I made a big vat of it, put it in the fridge and it was even better cold. Also, this one, I don't work for the company or anything, but their peppermint chocolate, oh man. Oh, it's low caffeine. I didn't know this had caffeine in it. I was getting all jacked up on it. This one is so good. So good. All of them are so good. They got a whole variety of different blacks as well. If you're into black tea, English breakfast varieties and things like that. And they're all just great. They're the tea rounds. Yeah, they're in the little, I got the little, just stacked up in there like that. Look at that. Voila. 36 of those little bitches, right? This ain't no 20 tea bag box. Right? Chris, you know I love to read the marketing blips. You know I love it when it's like so fucking dumb. But that's, I mean, honestly, it was pretty on. It was an honest marketing. Yes, paper tea bags. They might do loose leaf. I'm lazy as fuck about my tea. I mean, as much as I love drinking it, I don't. Oh, some roses. Thank yous. As much as I love drinking it, and as much as I do love loose leaf, and there's a couple local companies that sell it at the farmers market that are awesome. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 50 cents. Stop. You're embarrassing me. Thank you. Damn. 100 and fuck, bro. Okay. Cool it down with those roses. Those roses are still coming in. I don't even know what to think. But my tea's ready, guys. Everybody calm down. Holy shit. You calm down, you little teapot. God damn. I get it. We all got it. It's like loud enough. See, here's the thing with if you're making tea and there's loose leaf stuff, dude. 330. Oh, the heart's exploding. This is the thing about tea bags. You just tea bag it. It's done. Right? You don't have to fuck around with all the leaves everywhere. Some little contraption. Plastic bags, though. Ew. Yeah, don't do that. Man, I'm still grieving the loss of the rest of my mullet because I told some you guys a story probably every time I've been on live because somebody's always said something. But I went to the mullet shop, right? Just a hairdresser, some gal named Angie. She's a new gal, you know. I hadn't seen her before. Thank you for those roses. That was really sweet. And like I should have known that she wasn't excited about a mullet. I should have felt it, right? So, but I tell her, I'm like, Angie, I want business on the sides, party on the top, and like a fucking rager in the back, right? And she's like, you have some dead ends, which is code for I'm gonna cut your fucking mullet off. Like inches of it. She did a nice job on everything else, but almost, I don't know, like, there's still some, like, I don't know what this is. I think that could have gotten worked out a little bit better. But here we are. And I was just imagining this flowing down my back for summertime, riding around. And it's not flowing right now. Granted, it has no dead ends, but I'd take the fucking dead ends, you know, for a flowing mullet. God, Angie. I still tipped her well. You know, she was nice enough. Australia's the land of mullets. Did I need to go? No, I didn't yell at her. No, she's just doing her thing. I should have known better. You know? It's like, you know when somebody wants to do a mullet. Like, you know it in your heart. And you know when somebody's not, like, super into doing a mullet. And you got to feel that shit. Another rose, thank you. You just got to... You gotta sense it. It's the mullet sense. So, I mean, my bad, really, truly. Yeah, exactly. Right? Thank you. A mullet done right is something to be excited about. When you say, I would like a mullet. Oh, yeah. Drink some water, guys. Thank you, Ricky. Drink some water. Damn, all the goodies tonight. Damn, I don't even know what all those are. Do the wizard hat. I love the wizard hat. It's only like 1 second. But it's like, you always know. Okay, never mind. We'll stop talking about mullets. A device for long distance. I'm planning on moving to where she is, but not for a while. Ooh. Great question. Maintain high levels of emotional openness. Practice feeling each other. That one's a little advanced. You can feel each other in the field. You can tap in when you get to know the feeling of somebody. you can tap in and feel how they're feeling. Like, you can believe it. You can trust it. But you gotta make sure that you don't judge those feelings, because you're still translating those feelings through your lens of ego and understanding, you know. But keep a very high level of emotional openness going, because ultimately that emotional stability there and that trust built in a relationship is the thing that's going to hold a relationship together, if you're long distance or not. And you can easily hold emotional space with each other over the phone. Honestly, the lovely Sarah and I don't even get to see each other all that much. Just busy. She has her kids full time. We both live in a small little house. It's like, if we had one house that was the same size as both of our little places put together. So it's hard to do sleepovers with the kids, and it's just a little tricky sometimes. And so we don't get to spend that much time in physical presence. Just work and busyness and kids and stuff. But we maintain a feeling openness with each other throughout the day, even if we don't get to talk to each other. Because sometimes, honestly, she's working her ass off. I'm on calls, taking calls for Emotional Alchemy. She's on calls for Emotional Alchemy. She's booking all the things. I'm making videos, you know. I'm doing lives as part of it, you know. We were talking before this, and having a little check-in, working through some stuff, feelings that she had that I was holding some space for. And we were both like, all right, let's go do our thing. You know, she's going to take care of her kids and give them a beautiful bedtime and stuff like that. My kids are at their mom's right now. And I was like, I'm going to go jump on live and go love some people. It was kind of like this team thing, all right, let's go do it. This close emotional space. And we're both still right there with each other, feeling each other, though I'm doing it live and she's taking care of her kids and stuff like that, you know. Any advice for people trying to quit alcohol? Yeah. Man, thank you for all the gifts. Going crazy tonight. I don't even know what to think. Ice cream, I'll take it. Anytime you're trying to quit a substance, you got to find out why you went to the substance in the first place. Your body learned that when I ingest this substance, it has particular molecules in it that will adjust my neurochemistry to make me feel a new way that will suppress an emotion. Usually is what happens. Same thing with food. Comfort food. You ever heard of it? Blocks those emotional channels, blocks the feelings, changes your neuroreception based on the chemical compounds in the substance. Unlike this delicious tea, which does nothing but open my neuroreceptivity. Oh, it's so good, you guys. It's a super flower. Bet you didn't know that. It says right there on the can. So when you feel those feelings of pain of wanting alcohol, I really want to drink right now. That's actually just, there's some chemical dependencies in there. But the majority of that pain is the original meta emotions that you were suppressing in the first place. So when you learn to open in those emotions, and if you want, jump on an emotional alchemy session with me. You can just hit the website up, schedule yourself a little call, or Sarah will schedule with you. Just book it on the website. We can go into those original feelings, why you started suppressing them in the first place. Because most of those chemical things, as we walk ourselves out of addiction, only have so much to do with the actual chemical dependency. It has much more to do, thank you, like flies. It has much more to do with us feeling the emotions that we've been blocking through the chemicals. When we stop the chemicals, then all of a sudden, oh God, oh it hurts. Well, yeah, that's always been there. Now it's a memory of some pain in your body, held energetically. And so you start feeling that again, and it drives you to drink again. It drives you to go eat some more shitty food. It drives you to go do some self-destructive behavior when you don't have any desire to destroy yourself. That was a fucking chipmunk and a half, or a beaver. Dancing beaver in sunglasses. I thought it was a chipmunk for a second, but I'm old, you know. I'm on TikTok. Give me a fucking break. Oh, man, tastes good. It's just really hot, not for human consumption. Thank you for the rose. Appreciate that. Yeah, is that making sense on the substances, guys? If you've ever done a dieta, like for ayahuasca, before you do an ayahuasca journey, you do a thing called the dieta, and it is 2 weeks of a very austere diet, meaning it's just plants, like plants. Just gonna eat some plants and some rice and no spices, no salt, no nothing. You're not even supposed to. No nicotine, no weed, no alcohol, nothing to change your neuroreception. Just to go into a super neutral state of feeling. No thoughts of sex even. No sex. Like nothing to like get your energy going. Nothing to change your neuroreceptivity, because the thought of sex will bring this feeling of different neuroreceptivity, endorphins hitting your system, so you feel a different way. So you're supposed to go, eat when I'm sad or agitated. Yep, totally. It's comfort. It's that sad and agitation is some emotion, some memory that you're not actively connected with in your alpha brainwaves. So you feel it, and then you want to eat. I do the same thing. I'll go pound a bag of chips if I'm like off or something like that. Totally want to go like jack off, want to take a nap, anything to like divert myself out of my own feelings. But you'll always have the feelings there. So when you can open into those feelings and find out why you were originally feeling that way through some level of conditioning from your childhood, your parentage, whatever it was, family of origin, you can then reprogram the way you feel about yourself. And then you are not drawn to cover those feelings because they have opened and cleared through. As strange as it sounds, I wish I had a substance that would be my hit. Yeah. How do I connect with it? You can. Napping is your hit. Yeah. All of the things. Yeah. Everybody's got a different methodology of suppressing their emotions. Some people just work neurotically. Some people go fuck everybody in town. Some people go drink. Some people go just constantly get stoned. Some people... Because everybody does it differently. We all take the path of least resistance, and that's why awareness is key. To say, why am I feeling this way? Because until you figure out why you're feeling that way, you'll continually divert, and you'll go to something. And then when you divert, and you don't deal with the feelings, and you throw yourself into loops of depression, loops of anxiety, you're not in your moment anymore. Depression and anxiety are just running away from the way you feel in the moment. In your head. It's part of your autonomic nervous system. It's a fight or flight, freeze or fawn mechanism. It doesn't feel good. Triggers, you run away. Yeah. Light some love candles. They're just getting right to the point. He's like, light some fucking love candles already. I'll let you know my little love candle thing broke last night. My little square thing. I'm gonna have to find something else. But I believe in us. I think we can do it. We can do it. I was talking about dieta for ayahuasca. When you go on this austere... Oh, that's your hit. Totally. That's why you guys are here. You're like, just give me the love candle, Daniel. Just give me the love spell. I need my hit. We can do anything. That is truth. On that dieta, in my experience, you have more emotions and stuff come up in that than in the actual journey for me. Man, it was like I was tripping balls just having my feelings come through. So thank you for all the love. Appreciate it. Go to bed. Drink your water before you drink a nice glass of water, right? If you have to wake up to pee, that's okay. Hydrate yourself. Thank you for all the love. Appreciate you being here. But learning how to feel your emotions is so critical because your emotions are all your fucking concepts. Becky Joy, that wasn't a rose. Becky. I don't even know you. That's better. That's good. Just one. There was way too many roses tonight. That's enough, Becky. Calm your shit. Jeez. Yeah. That would be cool, Chris. That would be cool. Becky, I swear to you. Ridiculous. That'd be cool, Chris. That'd be real cool. You just need to come hang out. Hang out down here for a minute. It'd be great. We'll do some funs. But getting to learning to feel those emotions, feeling your feelings, to not react to them, but to observe them, to realize, oh, these are just feelings that I'm having. And all those feelings are tied to concepts. All the painful ones that you can't remember why it's painful are subconscious memories. Subconscious feelings, a memory of some pain that you've had in the past. Happens in relationships. And we were supposed to be talking about relationships because I titled this something about relationships. So you're in a relationship, right? Chris, you can speak to this one. You can speak to this one. You're in a relationship. I can speak to this one. That was painful. Then you get in a new relationship. And even if it is completely different, those memories come up. That's your triggers. Ugh. Why do I feel this way? It makes you want to run away. It makes you want to, go into fight or flight. Run away from the relationship. Maybe fight. Maybe just go dead inside. Freeze. Ugh. Play dead. Not be able to talk. So it's conditioning from the past relationship that has taught your nervous system to feel that way. And then when you get in the same context, there you are in another relationship, same context, same set of feelings, because your body doesn't know the difference in its neural reception between a conscious and a subconscious thought. So even though you say, this is a new relationship conceptually in your ego, you still feel differently. Ugh, it feels like the old one. And I've noticed this. I had this one partner who, man, she's still all in her head. It's wild. We will talk about this, Becky. As soon as we shifted into a more firm relationship from just kind of hanging out to like, hey, let's like do this together. Let's see where it goes. Everything changed. I mean, I'm talking the tone of her voice changed. Her demeanor, the way she did things. It was weird. I was like, the fuck's going on here? And what had happened was she hadn't been in a serious relationship. She had kind of like taken a break after a big breakup thing for like 4 years. And as soon as she conceptually switched into a new mode of future, she like regressed into the same feeling patterns as she was in that old relationship, which was kind of like different than who she was as a person that I knew her. And it was like she shifted into a new person, and she never snapped out of it, which we're broken up. So that happens. And it was really intriguing to watch and to observe her do that, because it was like, oh yeah, the concept of this is a more serious relationship reminds your nervous system of, now this is something you can't explain to someone in a relationship when they're all triggered up, so it ends up breaking up. Her memory of relationship took her back into the same set of feelings, literally to the point where her voice changed, the timbre of her voice, the way she talked to me. And I've seen this happen before with people in trauma responses. When they get triggered into a trauma response, they almost act as the child that was wounded, because that's all they can perceive of. Everything is through that lens of perception at that moment when they're in activated nervous system. Okay, how can I work on not absorbing other people's bad energy? As an empath, I'm exhausted sometimes. Becky, this one might hit you hard, but you know I love you. I am an empath. That's my work, is to be an empath. I'm a Pisces. I feel all the things, all of it. I read people's emotions. I read their stories based on how they feel, because I can feel it within them. Concept of that this is negative energy is the thing that is causing you the pain. This is negative, this is positive, this is good, this is bad. When it all is, it is all part of God, the whole. And it is the egoic mind that perceives of it as good or bad. The knowledge of good and evil, the original sin, the thing that disconnects you and separates you from the whole. So whenever those feelings hit, this negative energy, you have to say, why would I feel that this is negative energy? What do I not believe in myself? What can I not accept and let this energy pass through and not stick? Because if there's something to grab onto of your own feeling, it's going to trigger your nervous system to feel a certain way. And love is acceptance. And perfect love casts out all fear. So there is no such thing as a negative energy once you clear it within yourself. And I have felt some negative energy flow through me. I shit you not. I have felt it pulse through my body. Oh, from people. But it's nothing of mine, so I let it pass on through. Don't hold any of it. So it's come to a space of pure acceptance of self in being. Will keep it from sticking. Do the sensations ever go away, or do they always come up? I don't exactly know what you're referring to in the conversation, but in general, sensations in your meat suit, in what you perceive of as reality, are all based on your neuroreceptivity, all just simple hormones. Like it's nothingness. It's a feeling. So if you have a concept creating the feeling, something you're holding on to, subconsciously and or consciously, then they'll always come up. But when you can learn to open that, let it go, and pass through you, then it no longer triggers in your body and it goes away. Meat suit! Damn meat suit. It's wild, huh? Energetic meat, baby. Just a bunch of energy meat. You're just an energy steak. You're an energy steak, Becky. Yeah, feelings are a bitch. Because we read them as real, but they are all the things. I'm firmly convinced that we are all feeling the exact same things. What's up, sister? We're all feeling the same things. All of us. Every one of you here. All 25 of you, 26 of you, are feeling the same things that I'm feeling, just by the nature of how energy works. Like you're feeling the same thing as this plant. You're feeling the same thing as this guitar. But each of us have a different experience based on our programming, our context, our nervous system learning, to read that experience that we're all feeling, of all of it, as this is good and this is bad. And that's the ego. That's your separation from God, the whole. The original sin. This is right, this is wrong. When it's all there. And it's all in harmony with each other, in that balance. And so that is the work of the human experience, maybe, to come to that space of harmony with all things, because it is a space of perfect love, of center, which is what we define of as love, that feeling of which is in the middle of the toroidal field of energy, which is you, which is the moment of creation. Because your time is an illusion, you're just here in this moment. That linear passing of time doesn't exist, you just perceive it that way. Like you're not in your past, and you can't be there, though you feel it in this moment. You can never be in the past. It's just a perception. It is a chemical, electrical process in your body to make you feel a certain way. And you'll never get to the future, ever. You'll only ever be in this moment. You will only ever have what you have right now. Everything else is a concept, which creates a feeling in your you-ness. So to perceive of something in the future is, this isn't going to be good, will give you a feeling of anxiety in your moment, which will then ultimately make your future anxious. But you're just right here. You got to see a real brain specimen? Ooh. That's cool. The point of power is the present moment. Yeah, truly. The present moment is hard to conceptualize, and balance within the present moment is hard to conceptualize. Because every concept is the thing of the ego, and the moment is felt or experienced. think of it like this. You're like 1,000 years old, right? Maybe 100. You're on your deathbed, you know, you've done everything you're going to do. There's nothing you can do to hold on to this body anymore. It's donezo, kaput. You're about to die your final breath, you know? And you give up. Okay, there's nothing more I can do. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this shit. I'm just going to see what else there is. And you take that final breath of release. That's the moment. That is the moment. Because you've just surrendered to what is. And you've completely died to the ego of life. Nothing more I can do. So if you can live in a dying breath in every moment, you're at complete ease. How do you help clients trace back in emotional alchemy? It's a process of placing awareness on the feeling sets, maybe an active memory, maybe a subconscious thing. I'll just try to guide people into the process. I feel it in them. So I'll feel the things in you, as Sarah will feel the things in you that you cannot feel within yourself because you felt them your whole life and you're used to it. And then we take you into the painful place of that memory and ask some questions to kind of keep your focus there in a meditative state. And what happens is an event of the mind, of bringing up old memories to the surface of like, oh, that's when I started feeling that way. And because you're in a moment of pain emotionally, you have open neuroplasticity from the cortisol injection of hormones in your body. And you're able to bring that, we'll do some like inner child integration stuff. It's usually childhood wounds. To integrate those memories and feelings into the moment and to create a new feeling set in that state of open neuroplasticity, to have some neuron bonding with a new way to feel in a given context. And then poof, you're fucking healed. Everyone's like, oh my God, I feel lighter. And it's like, yeah, you're not holding on to your shit anymore. It's pretty great, honestly. It is the thing that I did within myself systematically to heal all of my own wounds and traumas and move out of a really shit spot in life. And then I just sort of formalized it a little bit to make it so other people can do it too. It's just witchcraft. No big deal. Complete acceptance. That is your moment. Yeah, sign on up. Hit that website up. I just changed it around a little bit. You can actually purchase an emotional alchemy session or a coaching call if you just want to talk some stuff through. You got some questions about some spiritual bullshit, life, love, happiness, all those things. I'll totally talk to you about it. Sarah will talk to you about it as well. I don't have it all figured out. I hope you guys aren't believing this shit. This is just my ego talking. This is my way of doing it. You have your way of doing it. You have your own perception. This is all bullshit. You don't believe a fucking word I'm saying. This is literally just my ego's way of doing it. Now, if you like something about that, feel free to emulate. But don't believe it, because it's still my concept. And that's not acceptance. That's saying this is the way, when it is all things. Chris has been in some sessions before. Dude, I'm looking forward to working with you again, Chris. And I want you guys to know, those that are out here, everybody looks all cute on the internet. But everybody's got some bullshit. Oh, let me tell you the bullshit that comes through my proverbial digital door. Whew! You cannot imagine the things that people have been through, unless you've been through them. And they're just out there living their life, wondering why they feel so bad. And then you pull up this stuff that they've been through, and it's like, you see? And they're like, oh my God, you're right. It's like, you've just been living with that. There's some real horrible shit going down out there, guys, and you are not alone. Nice. Oh, Sarah's such a dude. Did you actually get to talk with her? Isn't she just an angel? I swear to God, she's like a reincarnated saint. Why is life so gut-wrenching? We're talking about feelings, right? You can still feel the Sarah's energy through text, right? She is, honestly, I'm like, she is a reincarnated saint. Like, her energy is something else. It is incredible. Yeah, she's something else. I got a big boner for the lovely Sarah. Not right now. Just want you guys to know that. Not an actual physical one, more like a heart boner. Oh, gut-wrenching. Check this out. That term, gut-wrenching. That feeling we all know. That's a feeling. Ta-da! You got feelings. That is an actual injection of hormones from your endocrine system. It's a heart-on. I got a heart-on. Big time for Sarah. Let me get the picture. Not of any boners, guys. Calm down. Those are available. It's for a high price. Very high price. Nah, not that high. I don't care. Look at this little glowing thing. You can feel it from there, can't you? I know you can. Bam. She really gives me a tingle. Truly. Because she is a thing of love. She's just acceptance. It's great. Okay. What were we talking about? Hard-ons? No, I had an actual thing. Oh, the gut wrench. So whenever you have, this is part of the emotional alchemy process too. Like, we go into those gut-wrenching feelings because that's literally where the memory is stored in your body. And that's why it triggers. The contexts of life trigger the programming, trigger the neural reception, trigger the bullshit. You feel it. Gah! But once you learn to move those emotions through and open and reprogram into your moment, realizing that you're just here and that is nothing but an energetic, like, electrochemical sensation in your body, you're able to be free of all that gut-wrenching. I mean, my gut wrenches sometimes when I feel it in other people. I've almost thrown up in sessions before. I'm like, whoa! I'll be like weeping, just feeling all their feelings with them. There's some heavy shit out there. It's wild. Yeah, and there's some heavy shit out there. And just to say that you're not alone. Like, you guys are all okay. Like, you're not the only person going through it. We're all feeling the same feelings. We all process them differently through our own lens of understanding, and that is the contextual understanding of the nervous system, how you have learned how to feel. And I tell you, when you've been through the dark spaces, this is personal experience. The bright spaces are so much brighter. And when you can heal from the dark spaces, like, everything is yours. You accept it all, the deepest level. And then it's not gut-wrenching anymore because you understand, oh yeah, that's a thing. Yeah. And that's okay. It's all part of it. You know? Thoughts come and go. Same with feelings. They're connected to your thoughts. They are your thoughts. You cannot have a thought without a feeling. You cannot conceptualize of something in thought without a feeling. And all of the feelings are just the energies of life. And so your conditioning creates your concept. But it's all right there. Everybody's feeling it. You guys got the memo. You are not our thoughts. You are the thinker of the thoughts. You are not the thought. You have a zillion fucking thoughts all the time. Crazy ass shit too, I tell you. Doesn't mean it's you. It's just an energy of life. So when you can move to a space of observation of all your thoughts and feelings, you can learn to heal them. You can learn to come into harmony with them. It really eases the whole human experience thing, I tell you. Kundalini, bro. Chris. Followed you. Our lovely Sarah. No, different Chris. Different Chris. Kundalini is Chris as well, Chris. You guys should be friends. I'm glad you caught this live too. My lovely Sarah studied Kundalini extensively. The lovely Sarah. She was named some cool name, single, I can't remember, Ja or something like that, by Yogi Bhaja Raja himself. She knows how to feel a tingle, let me tell you. She knows how to feel a tingle. Chris, you should be friends with Chris. I don't know anything about Kundalini Chris, but I know the other Chris. He's a cool dude. I looked at your profile, dude. I'm not like some wizard. Oh, it just says Christ, consciousness. Oh, I just maybe it was just a lucky guess. Yeah, come look at Sash. It's good. It's good stuff. I mean, I can't like guess your name, but I'll feel your feelings with you. You know, I'll help you reprogram into a better way of being. It's honestly really beautiful. It's like I hate like pitching it in a way. I love doing it, and it's so beautiful for people. I mean, really, when you find that old memory of why you've been feeling that way your whole life, and you're able to reprogram it, and people are like, I feel like I'm lifting out of my skin. It's like, yeah, you're literally feeling more of the beauty of everything that's around you because you're no longer blocked with fear. You're in this moment. Nice, dude. It's a master Kundalini. Man, Sarah was telling me about some really cool Kriya. I don't remember the name of it. It's effectively just going back to the infant state of energetic being. That woman knows her shit. The lovely Sarah. Whenever you guys talk to her on the phone, you don't realize how absolutely brilliant she is. She's stupid smart. Like, should be writing books. Like, just, we got a couple of younger kids to work through the system and she'll write some books for you. But sweet mother, like, there's a reason we're hanging out, because she's the only person that actually like gets me. I don't even have to explain anything to her. She just understands. Yeah, she just gets it. She feels it. She's so not in any form of ego. It's like ridiculous. Yeah, we're on that same frequency together. You should hear our conversations about relationships and things of this plane. It's hilarious. It is hilarious. We're just so out in space. Like, oh, we gotta deal with this shit. Let's get back to smelling some roses, you know? 9:58, guys. I'm glad you do, Chris, because we love you. Brenda, I'm glad you feel it too. It's because we love you. It's all good. We're just here loving you. Yeah. I think Sarah could probably be in a horrible accident, 90% of her body burned off, and I'd still be like, I love the way you feel. Thanks, Brenda. I'm glad you're here. One of these days we're gonna do a sesh. We're gonna do a sesh, Brenda. I believe in us. Or with the lovely Sarah. Either one of us, honestly. I guess if you do want to do a sesh, an emotional alchemy session, and you're like, should I do an emotional alchemy session with Daniel or the lovely Sarah? It's a hard choice because we both have a different energy about us. I'm much more in a masculine pole of like, kind of like dad energy in like the most loving way. And Sarah's in this beautiful like mom kind of energy of just like nurturing, caring for people. So if you got some like man wounds, it's good to like work that out with me. If you got some mom wounds, good to work that out with Sarah, like helps to recondition that energy and how you feel about yourself. Yeah, we do. All right, did anybody learn anything cool tonight? Did anybody feel really loved? I hope so. That was the whole point. I think I'm gonna go to bed, guys. It's 10:01. I had a lot of fun, but I'm super done. I just wrote that for you, that little rhyme. Yeah, I do play this tune. Nice, Melbourne. I need to visit Australia. Oh man, the love with Sarah has this cute koala shirt. Makes me want to hug her. Everybody, I love you dearly. Because why the fuck not, huh? Makes me feel better. If you practice that with everybody too, then you'll be in a state of love. Wild, huh? Just wild. And then you're in that state of non-judgment of others. And then you end up feeling better. Ooh, secret little trick there. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Those that are undemanding of anybody to change. And it is all yours, because you see the beauty of all of it. When's the next live? What's a Wednesday night tonight? I got my kids tomorrow through Sunday, so I don't go on live. I usually go on live in the beginning of the week. I might jump on for a little while, but usually Mondays through Wednesdays, or Sunday nights through Wednesday nights are good nights to catch me on a live. So nighttime for me, Pacific Standard Time. I might jump on, but when I'm with the kids, I usually just get in my kid zone, They get all the love. You guys can just go, You can just do whatever you want. You're going to have to figure it out on your own. I got some karmic commitments to deal with, So, not to deal with, to go slay with. We're going to be at the skate park. You guys can do whatever you want. Anyway, I love you all. Have a beautiful night. And we'll see you soon, hopefully.